Hi guys! Since it's summer and this is summer camp, I thought why not do our craft outside? So for today we're going to be making one of these little wall hangs that help us to remember the story of when Jesus reinstates Peter. So of course if we remember, Jesus asked Peter, "Do you love me?" And Peter says, "Lord, you know that I love you." And so Jesus tells him, "Feed my sheep." So we're going to be doing that together, again just as a reminder so that we keep this story fresh in our minds whenever we see this hanging on our wall. Okay, so for this craft we are going to need some glue, scissors, a white crayon, something to draw with and write with. So I'm using a black little felted pen. And then I also have some markers, so you'll need some of those. I have some toilet paper, which sounds pretty funny, but if you can't use toilet paper or you don't want to, you can also use some Kleenex or tissue paper that you use for gifts. And then also we have, as far as paper goes, this is a great craft to use up some scraps that you might have, paper scraps. So that's what I'm going to do today. I'm going to use some blue and pink and some black. Those are kind of all just little scraps I had lying around. And then this part here, we just need one piece of white paper. So again, these can just be all one piece of white paper that you color, if that's what you want to do. Just depends on what resources you have at home. It's easy to make do with whatever you have. So now that that's all put away, we're going to start by taking our scissors and we're going to, holding this like this, we're going to chop just a little piece off the top here. So I'll show you here. Doesn't have to be too big, again, maybe a little less than an inch. And we're going to go right from one end all the way to the other end. Like that. Perfect. And then what we're going to do with this one is we are going to actually cut it right in half. And then we're going to put it over top, and then we're going to cut it in half again. Oops, I should make sure it's lined up first. There we go. Nope, still not, but that's all right. Okay, so we're going to do that. Now, we have 4 little pieces of paper here. We're going to take one away and we're going to be left with 3. So with those 3, we're going to just put them back together again. And we are going to cut around the outside to make a little box with rounded edges is probably the best way to describe it. Oops, mine is kind of coming apart. And when you do it this way, just make sure that they're all the same shape, which is kind of, and it's also easier than having to cut them out 3 different times. So I'm going to go around here. Again, just making sure it's somewhat symmetrical. You have to hold it pretty tight. Mine is sliding around. All right, there we go. So we have these 3 rounded pieces of paper now. So 1, 2, and 3. So what we're going to do now is we're going to take this strip that we cut, and this is going to go along the back. So we'll just kind of line these up a little bit. Doesn't have to be perfect. And then what we'll do is, for now, I'll just kind of take the glue right over the entire line that we just made with this little strip. And then we'll just turn it right over so that it fits over all of these pieces and leaves a little bit left at the end. Okay, and then I'm just going to try to line mine up. Again, it doesn't have to be perfect, but you can just do as much as you can, as much as you want to make sure that they're lined up. There we go. Okay, so now that we have that, we are going to turn it over and we're going to get started on our little boxes here. So what we're going to start with is the question mark at the top. Now, there's 2 different ways that you can do this. One is you can just kind of freehand it. I'm going to cut a little bit of this off by making a question mark, or you can also draw it in and then just cut it out afterwards. So maybe I'll do that because I'm guessing that's maybe what you guys would want to do. So we'll draw a line here and go up and around. Do the same here so that it's all the same width, just like that, and then a circle. There we go. Now we'll cut that out. Now you can use any color. I just used blue again because that's what I had, but if you have other colors or if you're using a white one, then you can just make it whatever color you like. So we'll do this here, almost done. Could be orange or green. I like blue, so that's why I did that. And again, that's what I had in my craft bucket. So there we go. Cut this out here. How are you guys doing there? Hopefully it's going okay so far. All right, there we go. Okay, so I'm gonna just put that there. It's a good size. And then the next thing we're gonna do is take our other piece of paper. So again, I'm using pink. You could use red or again, any color that you want. And you just wanna cut a little square out. It doesn't have to be too big. Again, we're not gonna want it to be bigger than this. So I'll just make it about that size. And put that away. And what we're gonna do with this now is we're gonna fold it in half all the way from end to end. And then holding on to the folded edge like this, see how it opens like a book? We're gonna start cutting on that end, okay? So I'm gonna hold it like this and we're gonna cut out a half heart, which you just kind of go around and then down. So it looks like that once this is the folded edge, and then you just cut around like that. Then you end up with a nice heart shape. So that will end up going there. And then the last one is our little sheep. So what we're gonna do for this is we're gonna take our white piece here. We're just gonna cut a little circle out. It doesn't have to be big. I guess it'd be an oval, not a circle. Little motorcycle going down the road there. Part of being outside is to get all these noises. So we have that shape. It's not too big, it's just a little oval. And then we're gonna put some glue on there. Just like that. And then, again, I'm gonna use toilet paper, but you can use whatever. And we're just gonna kind of roll it up. If you're using tissue paper or Kleenex, just kind of roll it up like that and it will get it nice and crinkly. And then just try to put it over this as much as you can. Just like that. You can even roll it if you wanted to, like a long snake, and then kind of just twirl it around. But I'm gonna put some extra glue in here just to get it to stick. There we go. Make it nice and fluffy looking like a little lamb would be. And again, it just makes that little shape there. Okay, so now that we have that, and you can cut around the edges if you want to, which I might do just to clean it up a little bit. There we go. So once it's all in there and it's the way that you like it, we're gonna just put it down, not gluing it yet, but we're gonna put it down on our paper. And then we're gonna take our little pen. Again, I'm using a pen or whatever you decided to use for yours. It could be a black marker or anything else. And while it's in place, but again, not glued down, we're gonna lift this up a little bit, hopefully you can see, and we're gonna just draw two little legs on each side. So just two little lines really is all that they are. Nice and easy and nothing too crazy. Just like that. And then we're gonna also go up to the top corner here and draw a little tail. So again, kind of where that line would be, I'm gonna draw a little tail. Just like that. All right, so we've got that in place there. And then now what I'm gonna do is I'm going to glue this backing, and we're going to put that right over top on our picture, and that way it lines up with our legs and our tail, just like that. And then again, you can kind of fluff it up the way that you want it to, so it looks nice and oval shaped. And then the last thing that we're going to do for our little lamb is, again, we're going to cut a little shape out. It doesn't need to be too big. And because this is so dark, I'm actually just going to cut it out to show you the shape instead of showing with a pen or anything, because I don't think you'll be able to see it. But what we'll do is kind of start at the top, and we're going to draw, cut out a little oval like that. And without taking your scissors off, we'll do a larger one so that it almost looks like a mitten once it's done. See, like that? It kind of looks like a mitten. And then we're actually going to just add one more little part here, like that. So now that we have that, you'll see that kind of shape there. Hopefully that shows up on the video. And then once we have that, we'll take our little crayon and we'll draw, you probably have guessed that this is the little lamb's face. So we're gonna draw some little eyes in here with our white crayon, and mine's not working very well. So we got little eyes. Again, I hope you can see this. And then just for the nose, all you have to do is just draw like a little arrow going down and then a line, like that. And so once you have that all done, we will glue the back, and then this is going to go right on top of our toilet paper there, or whatever you've used. Okay, so we've got that. I'm going to glue these parts on here now that these are all done. So these can get glued on here. And now it's up to you if you want to write on here. Again, I do it just because it's a nice reminder of the words that Jesus had said and what Peter had talked about. But maybe these pictures are enough for you to remember. So it's up to you if you want to write in there or if you want to just leave it as it is. But definitely you can decorate this with stickers or glitter glue or whatever you want to do. I've got my markers here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of add a border. So first I will write it, and if you want to then you can, and if not, like I said, you don't have to. But Jesus asked Peter, "Do you love me?" And then Peter responds, "Yes, Lord, you know I love you." So we'll write that in here. You know I love you. Whoops, I ran out of room. And then Jesus says, "Feed my lamb." I guess lambs. Perfect. Okay, so once you have that on, again, if you've decided to put it on, I know it can be a lot of writing if you're younger, so just ask a mom or dad or an older sibling or grandma and grandpa to help you if you need help. And then what I'm going to do to decorate mine is just to add a little border around the edge here. So I think it looks a little bit tidy that way. And again, you can use stickers, glitter glue. I don't know what else you guys might use. I know you're all creative. You can draw on here, write on here, do whatever you like, or you can draw a border like mine. Or maybe you have your own way of doing little borders. So I did that one. I'm going to add the same to here, all the way around, just like that. And then I'm going to use green on the bottom just because green's actually my favorite color. So I'm going to add that at the bottom here just so that we have all the different colors. And again, whenever you have this on your wall, you can remember the story that we've been learning today and remind you of that conversation that Jesus had with Peter. So there we go, almost done here. All right, and there we go. Great job, guys. I hope you had fun. We'll see you next time.